An interesting side point here. In 2003, I guess it was, I had been graduated from high school by 55 years, having graduated in 1948. And so I got an invitation to go to the graduation, and I didn't know whether I wanted to go, but I didn't want to go by myself, and Jamie couldn't be available to go with me, so I called Bob and I said, I got an invite to go to a Russell High School function, reunion. Would you be interested in going with me? So he said, well, send me the invitation, let me see it. So somehow he got the invitation, read it, and saw where it was going to be, and it was going to be held in what had been at one time a large plantation or farmhouse that had been converted for modern day food serving. So he said, yeah, he'll go. I thought, uh-oh, now I'm trapped, I gotta go. So I wrote back to Bill McKibben, who was my class of 48 sponsor, and I said, hey Bill, I'd like to be there, my brother would like to come with me, but I don't have the money right now to fly back there, so maybe I just won't make it. So Bill says, maybe I have an answer for you. I said, oh, okay. So what appears in the mail but a special pass on Delta Airlines, and that would take me from Pasco, Washington to Atlanta, Georgia, and return me, and it didn't cost me anything. Well, now I can't not go. So I wrote to Bob and told him I'd meet him in Atlanta, since he flies United Airlines, because one of Jenny's sons works for United. And so we met there, and we got a room in one of the hotels, got a car rented, and we drove out to the place where the reunion was going to be held, and got parked and walked up to the place and looked around, met some of the people. Some I recognized, some I didn't. But I introduced my brother as he who would have been the class of 1946. And so we visited around then, and we all congregated on the front steps so everybody could take pictures. They had a photographer there to take pictures, to sell the pictures to us. And one of the graduates of the class of 1948 was Bill Rollins. And Bill was the associate minister of one of the churches there in the Atlanta area. And he was called on to both thank God for safe arrival of everybody and thank God for the reunion and the food we was about to eat. He said grace, more or less. Then we all went inside. And all along the way, Brother Bob kept saying, there won't be anybody there that knows me or that I know. I said, well, just wait and see. So we walked in, and we chose the table on which to sit and eat our lunch. And Bob sat down next to this woman who was every bit our age, maybe not as old as Bob, but as old as me. And she said, and who are you? And he says, I'm Bob Crow. She said, oh, you're not. He says, well, I ought to know my name. She said, you are Robert Crow. You are Bill Crow's brother. And that's Bill Crow sitting there at the end of it. And he said, well, who are you? She said, well, I'm Betty Strickland. Well, I never got a word in edgewise for the rest of the dinner. The two of them were talking. He was asking her about her brothers that was his age and everything. And another side note on Betty Strickland. She and I used to play paper dolls. We'd cut out the clothes and put them on the dolls, paper dolls we had. And but she was under strict instructions not to tell people we played paper dolls. But we were doing that when she and I were all in the second or third grade. And it was real interesting. They lived on Williams Avenue, we lived on Pearl Street. The two of them intersected. And so she was in the neighborhood. Okay.